off-season period is not really an off-season period. For us as a coaching staff, it means that we have more time to planning what's going to happen when we are not off. It's important to, obviously, to go home to see your loved ones.
Obviously, I was looking forward to spending time with my family, which I did. Just to put your feet up a bit with the people I love sharing good moments with. It's not often that you get to go do your preseason in Europe, more especially Spain, a holiday destination.
But yeah, to be honest, I try league. It's hot but it's nice.
Needs a bit of discipline to keep focused on what you're actually there for, which is work.
We are trying to paint a good picture of our club, our football club, Orlando Pirates, abroad. We are representing the South African football at the same time in a different environment.
Obviously, we want to defend our trophies first, and we want to win the league and the CAF.
Football fans, to the official launch of the MTN8 competition.
We have the first MTN game. We are the defending champions.
Last on his whistle, and the new season is underway.
I know SuperSport is not an easy team, but we have to get over this one.
Square ball. Oh, what a beautiful finish from the newly installed skipper, Olisenda. Crosses long to the back post. Brilliantly done. Was onside and then stroked home from distance into the empty net.
Winning has been part of our DNA now, and we have to make sure that continues.
We had to go to Cape Town and face Cape Town City, which has always been a tricky fixture for us.
Pirates are attempting to become the first club to win the top 8 title 3 times in a row. That quest continues here tonight at the Cape Town Stadium. Welcome everyone, our live coverage of the first leg of the semi-final.
We're ready to roll up our sleeves and dig deep, and that's exactly what we've done.
There's more for Kang, and they have the opening goal.
When we are together, it's difficult to deal with us, no doubt.
The holders, Orlando Pirates, continue their quest for yet another final in the MTN8 as they look to make it a treble.
I want to win games every time. I'm not a good loser, I'm not.
If Otto takes it, he's gonna put it here.
Anoma ngayenzakalana. Kumele swine la. Second in MTN8 and it's Otto.
It's boom time.
From the intense pre-season training camp across Europe to the fierce battles in the MTN8 quarterfinals and semi-finals, Orlando Pirates have faced every challenge head-on. Each step built them up for this moment. Now standing at the brink of glory, they prepare for the ultimate test, the MTN8 final against Stellenbosch in Durban. It's a clash of the crown, mob justice football, and Orlando Pirates are ready to leave it all on the field. Before the journey to the MTN8 final, Orlando Pirates must confront another pivotal challenge they can't afford to slip up on: the CAF Champions League Qualifiers. This time, it's personal. In a twist of fate, they face off once again against Jwaneng Galaxy, the very team that dashed their hopes in the previous campaign. This is more than a match. It's their chance for sweet revenge.
Jwaneng, last season I don't qualify for CAF Champions League. What do you
that day, because we played against them, so I think we lost 1-0 game. So they were like Orlando, we managed to win 1-0. So obviously, aggregate 1-1. So we had to go to penalties. So unfortunately, prepared to go to the next round. It was a painful moment because imagine you win a game, then later on you are crying. I want to ricochet.
How can I put this? It was a game of emotions because they knocked us out. The guys were really disappointed that they couldn't qualify for the Champions League group stages because, like I've always said, this club is a very big club on the continent and it deserves to be playing in the Champions League each and every season, and not only participating in it by adding numbers, but by actually competing and making an effort in going all the way to win it. The loss here, Jwaneng, go dira le gore le tswe mo CAF e ntshiriša.
Ngwaneso monna le le bohloko because imagine the way re tšileng ka ona, like the penalties or obviously wa tseba ra di guaranteed. Ntse e diretseng mona like ke le gore everyone ne ya go le bohloko. Mara I'm glad to ntse sola se bolae player ja tshwana le borele because he's the one who missed a penalty that game.
This will be a huge amount of pressure on the 18-year-old before getting denied.
Ke ratile the way dilo di diretse ka ona after game, the way one of all the senior players did just step up ka ona, then start lift up or overfit to dilo jam go the idea. So ska wa moya re manage wa ka ntšha rena, so ke nana revenge e bile sweet at this time. Yeah.
What do you make of this Orlando Pirates team?
Hey, wa tseba o bua nnete fela Orlando Pirates e na le dibapadi tse ntle tse ntse di le nyane. E re go bontshe nngwe ya dintho tse mosomong ke reng ke ba le interest haholo ha re bapala le bona hobane ke thabela ha ke bona some of the players that I coached ba hola. I worked with Tshegofatso Mabasa while he was still very young, and I'm happy that he has become a top player today. I've worked with Kabelo Dlamini, and I'm happy to see him growing as well. I've worked with Sipo Chain. So playing Orlando Pirates, I think more or less I'm playing players that I know how they think.
Was this really the case? Could it be that Pirates' approach had become too predictable? Perhaps the coach's oversight was in not fully considering the impact of new talents like Deano Van Rooyen. But was this an opportunity missed or a deliberate strategy? As the season unfolds, the answer may lie in how Orlando Pirates adapt to the evolving game before them.
My name is Deano Van Rooyen. I was born in Aides Valley, Stellenbosch, a small community. Yeah, we grew up just like to play in the street football. That's all what we love. We are a football family. Uncle also played in the professional ranks for Newtons in the National First Division. I started at a young age. At 10, started playing football for teams like Nelson's, United, Marty's. I was traveling all around in my community, playing with different teams. When I was in matric, after matric, I fully joined Stellenbosch, and after that, that is where I flourished. My agent tell me that Pirates was interested in me, but I got it. I told me in January. Then I just started focus. Let me finish my 6 months here by Stellenbosch. After that, we can decide what is gonna happen with me. But I started preseason with Stellenbosch, but that thing from Orlando Pirates was all time on my mind. I told the club that this is my dream team, and I would like to join Orlando Pirates because when I grew up, I was supported Orlando Pirates. My first game for Orlando Pirates was in Botswana against Jwaneng Galaxy. There was a lot of Orlando Pirates supporters. I was a bit shocked because we're playing away. I expected Botswana to have more fans. It was a great feeling for me. It was a bit difficult in the beginning, build up to the game, because I was a new player to the club. And for the players, I was still understanding how they play. And to put me in that game, it was a privilege to convey that Orlando Pirates jersey. But I managed myself during the game.
Pogo gets it horribly wrong then. Good pressing from Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen. Ooh, looking for the return ball. Van Rooyen still could get there. Gets too much of the pass. Hoping to end this first half strongly. Van Rooyen does well.
No, he played extremely well in the Jwaneng game. I think we were all eagerly excited for his debut. I mean, we were anticipating the moment for quite a while. But when it came to Jwaneng, he was ready. I think we were ready. We knew what we were going to get. And we basically said to him that he needs to do what he does best. You know, he's put his head down, perform as he has been performing over the last couple of seasons, and use the quality around him to bring out the best in himself.
The coach just told me, just do what you did at Stellenbosch. You have experience enough to play in this kind of games, like big games. For me, just to express myself. For me, I did it, and it did go well for me in the first game.
We kept it simple with him. We didn't want to overload him with too much information. And we made sure that he understood he's very much part of the team, and there's not a lot of pressure on him as an individual.
I feel like 95% of the supporters in that stadium was Orlando Pirates supporters. So we were also we were surprised that the club has such a huge base of supporters across South Africa, you know. So yeah, it was a very wonderful experience, man, having that kind of atmosphere at the stadium. You know, we have really special supporters actually around Africa. You know, and playing in the CAF Champions League gives us the opportunity to encounter them. It was a very difficult game. Obviously, with what had happened in the qualifiers last season, Jwaneng have proved to be a difficult opponent because they did quite well as well last season in the Champions League. So we knew that it wasn't going to be an easy encounter, but we had to pull through. You know, obviously with the tactics that the coach gave us, the commitment from the guys to right our wrongs.
But going to that game, we knew what to expect from them, because now at least we watched even 2 games of them when they played African Stars from Namibia. So it was much easier for our coach also to analyze them closely. Yeah, when we went there, we did our job.
Montez-le au-dessus, sans bloc au supporter. Donnez 100%. Si tu es fatigué, nous sommes là de plus. On va apporter l'équipe. C'est aujourd'hui, ça passe aujourd'hui. ça fasse les journées. Moi, j'ai mal au cœur. C'était ma première fois de jouer avec des chauffeurs, c'est pas facile. J'ai passé de jouer pour me mettre avec eux. Aujourd'hui, on va
Guys, Karim want to motivate you guys. He said that I think that all of us here, we still have something in our heart because last 1 year ago we lost against the same team and we are not in Champions League. You know, so now we need to show to them that we are men with the capital letters, men, that we will kill them from the beginning of the game. And we need to give our 100%, 1000%. And if you are tired, everyone here can help us. Let's go, guys.
And we took the lead and held on to it up until the end, where we got a second to sort of wrap up the game.
We had to do this for our coach because last year it was his first experience being in the Champions League, you know. So we had to do this actually for him because we felt pity for him last year when Jwaneng knocked us out. So luckily this year we got them again. So we had to prove them that we are stronger than them.
But we knew the job was only halfway there, and we had a second leg to come and play at Orlando.
Coming back home with a win and a positive mentality, we didn't stop going because we told ourselves that we must show them that we're a big team and we deserve to play the CAF Champions League.
No play to go land, and for Renat support from the fans, it's an irfa confidence to say this time we're not gonna disappoint you. We're gonna give our all.
It wasn't gonna be an easy game, and you could see the tension. It started even before we went for a pitch inspection, and we had a bit of a fight, a word fight, I could say, not physical.
They knew that they were at a disadvantage. So they were trying to outsource every reaction where they can gain an advantage.
So we were just pushing each other around because we were the one in front, and we wanted to show them that it's our home game. So I think it was kind of a mind game telling them that we're here now, we're at home.
They lost the first match in all departments, psychologically and inside the field of play. Now, because we're in the lead and we're playing at home, it was important for us to focus more on not being destabilized so that we lose focus on the match. Hence, we did that. We ignored their advances and we just focused on the match because it was a massive result. I could imagine us again at home not qualifying for such a big stage, which has been one of the biggest objectives for the club, to qualify for the group stages of the CAF Champions League. So I thought we did very well inside the field and outside the field, especially against Jwaneng.
Scoring in the last minute, I think it's a mentality that we took overseas when we went for preseason, because we would score much early in the game, and the people, the opponents that we were playing against, they would have that no-die attitude, saying that it's not over until the last whistle. So I think it's something that we also told ourselves that anything can happen in those last 4 minutes.
The technical team on our side against Jwaneng, we did a lot of good work in how we portrayed and how we protected our players. Hence, we succeeded in advancing into the next round.
Today was not an easy game. It's not easy to face one game that you are leading 2-0, and you know what is the price of getting the result like we did. It's not easy. Thank you for taking us to the Champions League. So well done, guys. Congratulations. Okay.
Yeah, bona bayadlala, but ukusimatch angeke basimatch. That's why sokhonile ukuthatha 3 points away, thatha 3 points home.
And winning that game against Jwaneng was only the first step we knew that we had to take, into achieving one of the goals that we've set out for ourselves, which is to win the Champions League as well.
When I arrived at this club, there's a stage where there was no team from Pirates in the national team, whether senior team, whether junior teams. And at the current stage, where if you calculate the number of players that are playing for national teams, I think we just have a national team at our disposal. I think sometimes we field a team where all of them are playing in the national team. That's a big growth in the club because these players were not playing for national teams, most of them in their previous clubs. They have only received the call-up when they are at Pirates. For me, that can only indicate the growth that has happened in our club.
When I received my national team call-up, I was really happy. I got a call from my friend telling me that I must check the final squad, and my name was there.
I'll firstly say it's fortunate enough for me to be here too. It's a dream come true, and I would like to thank the God Almighty. And one thing I could say, hard work beats talent. So if you work hard, you're definitely gonna pay off. As much as you have the talent, but if you're not working hard, I think some things will lack here and there. But if talent is going with hard work, then I believe that you're gonna get somewhere.
It was a very touching moment for me because it's something that I prayed for and it's something that I dreamed to represent the nation. First thing I did, I called my mom because she's the one person I talk to every day.
In national team selection, sometimes you see it on social media, people questioning, why are you there? Funny enough, when all those people see you, they want a picture with you, so they expect everything to be all right, like you. I'm not saying it's them, who are saying all those things, but it's someone who's saying those things.
I think it helped a lot that I wasn't the only one who was called. It was me, Tito, Bodlela, and Sipo. And congratulations to Sipo also because it was his first call-up. So I think it's something that we related, both of us, because we told ourselves that we have to push. And I feel like going there, it's a place where I deserved to be.
Not being in the national team at the moment, it really hits home, for me personally, because I'm a player that prides himself in what he does, which is to score goals. And I believe that if I'm doing that, I should be recognized for that.
It's not like umuntu has visa to be there, and yeah, it takes a toll on you, as a player because you see all these things and you still have to go and perform. They have an effect, but, with the way I am, I've been fighting my whole life, so I know what I'm there to do, So, and I'd like to thank the coach, Coach Hugo Cruz, for believing in me, and giving me that opportunity.
When I got to the national camp, everyone welcomed me in a warm way, telling me that just do your best, we're just here for you. And now it's not about being individual or your individual team, it's about us representing the country. Me hearing what the coach was saying when they asked him, Muguti, why did he call me? Saying, Muguti, it's a player that he's been looking for some time. It gave me the confidence going there that I should not disappoint the coach, as he also believes in me. So even every minute that I get, make it worth.
When I first got my call-up, a few years ago. I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. It came with a lot of pressure at the time. I was doing well at the club, and I was just really glad to be called up and to get that opportunity. But things didn't go the way that I had hoped they would. Having played the first game, being subbed off beginning of the game, I think it was around 20 minutes or so. You know, probably to this day, I still don't know why that happened, you know, and it hit me hard. My confidence, I started to struggle with confidence after that, and it could show when I came back from the national team with the games that I played for the club here. You know, I was someone that was low in confidence, and things weren't really happening for me around that phase.
You're one of the players that have been trying out in your career. I just want to know what keeps you strong, because you always bounce back, you always deliver, despite the other things that you may face, even if I'm not getting caught up, but you're still delivering good results. And also, you're one of the players that are privileged, all of you, that you get a lot of support in almost every province. Just a message to Orlando Pirates fans, because some teams are struggling to get this support.
Firstly, what keeps me going is nothing other than God. I'm a firm believer in Christ, and He pulls me through even the toughest of situations. Secondly, would have to be my family, those that love, pray, and support for me, you know, and my teammates as well, because they continue to push me each and every day at training. So I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to everyone who's shown me support, who's prayed for me, and who wishes me all the best. And coming into the national team topic or issue, it will happen. It will happen. If God wants it to happen, it will happen for me. I'll just continue to put the ball in the back of the net, and I'll continue to thrive, you know, and to work hard in training as well. Because I know that I have the support of my teammates. Everyone keeps on telling me, lift your head up, don't drop your head, continue to work hard, and it will happen. Like I say, if it is meant to happen, it will happen for me.
I also feel like he deserves to go to the national team call-up, but it's not up to us. So I think he should continue putting the goal in the back of the net, as he also said in his interview. So for him and for us, what I could say, we're there for him. We want to support him in any way he needs and every way, because at the end of the day, we're teammates and we're a family here at Orlando Pirates. Whether he goes to national team or not, as long as he's still here working with us, we still love him.
I'm just glad for the people that helped me get through it, you know, being family that supported me through it, my teammates at the time that supported me through it, and they continue to encourage me every day that I'm one of the best strikers there are in this country.
The Mabasa that I found here and the Mabasa that I see now, there's a big growth. It's still the same person. How he thinks, how strong mentally he has become, how strong physically he's dealing, because Mabasa had a shortcoming that he couldn't play with his back on defenders. He will fall, the medics will have to run inside the field so many times. Not anymore. So now he's a big boy. I like that part that has grown in him, except for him scoring. And I said this to him when he arrived last season, that you're going to be a leading goal scorer.
I'm in a better place and in a better space right now, you know, in terms of my confidence that I'm showing on the field. The quality of player that I am, I've managed to improve in certain areas of my game, which I feel maybe back then they weren't the best, but I continue to work on them, and they have gotten me this far, you know, in terms of what I've been able to produce on the field of play.
But I can tell you for the club, we've got a very good striker, we've got a very good player, a team player who understands that sometimes he plays matches, sometimes he sits on the bench.
As strikers in a game of football, we pride ourselves in scoring goals, you know, so there will always be pressure, you know, not only from ourselves, but from the technical team, you know, because and supporters as well, because that is what is expected of us as strikers. Strikers win you games, which is a very important thing, and goals win you games as well, which is what you need from us. And yes, I've always had the hope of returning to the national team. Unfortunately, yes, now it's not happening, even though I've been playing well and I've been consistent in my game. I believe that when it's my time and when that opportunity comes, no one can take it away from me. Just want to continue to score goals for this wonderful club and hopefully get recognized for it.
I think if you are always ready and waiting for your turn, we've seen, for instance, Orele getting his chance, using his chance, There are other players who you can mention, but most of all, I think it's patience, and believing in yourself and keep working hard.
If I was the national team coach, it's so obvious that Mabasa will be in the starting lineup, Mahopa will be there, and maybe many players from Pirates, because I'm only exposed to that environment. So we've got a team of professionals that have grown so much that whoever is fielded on the day, it doesn't become an issue. That is a good team. And we have grown as a team to that level. And one should be grateful and appreciative that this is the group that we have currently.
We go again? Yes, let's go back.
Planning for the quarterfinal, planning for the semi-finals, and then planning for the final, it's all really the same for us. I mean, we're a process-driven technical team in a process-driven organization. Let me put it like this. My role as the head of performance analysis, now assisting the coach with some of the on-the-field stuff, especially around the set pieces, the defensive plan, and just helping him get through the training sessions as best as possible.
In the preparations, you could see that the coach was very serious. He wasn't taking any nonsense from everyone. He was very in a tense situation, as about where our coach is a very calm coach, he's a very humble coach who doesn't shout. So it gave us the mentality and the attitude of, we must fight for the coach, because he's fighting for us also at training.
It gave me alternatively in the preparation, it's a motivation on its own, because really what's at stake. It's a chance for this group to make a history, to win MTN8 in a row. We are all goal one that we want to achieve.
We're an organization that firmly believes in the wisdom of crowds. No single responsibility around games and tactics and planning is on the shoulders of one person in one department.
The methodology from the coach, Spanish, he wants to dominate the match. He wants to take control. He wants to take charge. He's not a coach that will say, okay, let's sit back, let's play on a counter. I've never seen a session from him. He's Spanish. His influence is take control. Two, you are a big team. You are Orlando Pirates. Take the initiative. You've got supporters. Entertain them with the brand of football that you are playing.
Given the chance to play and the opportunity to represent Orlando Pirates, to take that MTN Cup, it's a privilege and an honor, because history, you can't take it away. You can't rewrite history. Your name will be there, even if you are not for the 2 cups before. I feel like it's something that we told ourselves amongst each other, that give it our best. Whether we make a mistake, we must fight for one another. And we have quality players here at Orlando Pirates, so if you have given it your all and you come out, the coach doesn't ask you more than that. And we also don't ask the coach more than that.
It's a shang story. We say I go MTN8 final. See, Tevin is very. I think he's cutting me 6 or 5:30. Miss Figa vele airport we toilet my support vele. kuthatha ithombe. Sendleleni siya elento yehotel. Misifika ehotel aho. Yabo futhi mina I think mengise i-airport lami, yabo. So ngisalele emuva, yabo. Angilibele ngibhekana ne-airport, angilibuni. So mengivula ibag yami ngiyacheck ngivele ngithole vele into yakhona ayishaya vele mengithi awu abantu basamile musi yenzakalani awu khala igubhu hayi ngisondele vele emajiteni yenzakalani bayajayiva I think sispende boma 30 minutes vele lapha abantu bashaya igubhu yabo hayi sharp qede lapha sithatha amakhadi ku-CC semarumini vele emarumini sibeka amabhegi dinner after dinner semarumini Day -1 or see training. Scheme. Late sibe ne-meeting. Team meeting, coach vele asitshele ukuthi kuzoyenzakala so. Yabo?
Okay, guys, let's have a look at our training sessions. The games have plenty of opportunities, okay? Especially this type of games. But there's something curious about Stellenbosch in the back four that we can capitalize anytime in the game, okay? Ryan will show you now the set pieces.
You know, at the end of the day, a set piece is what it is. It's a set routine. The ball is in your hands or at your feet, and you get to decide what happens next. Hopefully, if the plan or the idea or the routine is creative enough, you know, it can either exploit certain weaknesses in the opponents or you can catch them off guard. And these are all the little things we try to put together when we plan. And that's the beauty of set pieces. You don't always get it right, but when you do, they just look beautiful. It's like art.
I'm going to jump straight into it. The coach said there's many opportunities to win this game. And set pieces is just as important as everything else. What we've done is we've done our best to dissect them and see really where the opportunities lie. So we have to identify these areas and hurt them and test them. Okay? It's these little moments that they'll switch off. I can promise you they're going to be prepared for blocking and tactical stuff, but the set pieces, for sure there's an opportunity.
But that's why you have to be so resourceful in this industry. You can't depend on information that's available to everybody. There's ways and means to obtain information and obtain footage and then try and use it to your best possible way so that you can win games. I mean, that's what it boils down to. SuperSport, we were lucky. We managed to watch about 3 or 4 of their games during the preseason, and then we formulated a plan based on that. And we were quite close to the plan when we faced them. We realized in the first 10 or 15 minutes, this was the team that we analyzed. We had a look at their set pieces. We had a look at some opportunities that we could possibly hurt them and where they could possibly be a threat. And we managed to nullify most of that threat.
What an encounter it was. It starts out here with Pirates taking the lead late in that second half.
Stellenbosch does not change their game very much. but knowing how they play and dealing with how they play is different. They are good on set plays, especially the long throw-in. They've got speed, and they use the transitions and counter-attacks.
We played Stellenbosch 4 times, and we only won 1, and they beat us 3 times. So it's more like a Jwaneng game for us. We need to win against Stellenbosch, as we haven't been winning against them.
Stellenbosch has played more games in Mbatha. Therefore, we cannot be favorites. The last cup that was played in Mbatha, Stellenbosch played the Carling Cup, they won there. So when I removed the tag that we were favorites. So
if we don't concede in the first 45 minutes, we know we'll score in the second half. That's one thing. Because we'll be coming gun blazing, that's one thing.
But what we try to do this season is try and create a team that has some sort of solidarity, some sort of continuity. We firmly believe that continuity does breed success. But when it comes to special moments, special occasions, we aren't saying to certain players that they're not good enough for that game. But maybe the timing is more important than the occasion. Again, every match calls for something different, and that's why we have to plan the way we plan. Having a group of analysts, as well as the coaching staff, all in that conversation, it really helps us formulate a plan that's very detailed, but also something that we can rely on, and most importantly, something that we can deliver to the players. At the end of the day, they're the end users. No matter how much sense things make for us, it has to make sense for them.
We want to win. We want to win in a certain way, where we are dominant, we are a big team, we are seen as a big team. Sometimes there's a win, which is a win, but sometimes there's a win that relates to the club, that relates to the brand. Hence, the team is where it is right now.
We dedicate so much of our time to finding a path to win. And that takes lots of sacrifice, and that takes lots of difficult decisions. And we try and share that insight with the players. And we do that with our analysis, we do that with our preparation, we do that with our commitment to the job. We're so blessed to have the type of group that we have. We have good boys, we have genuine boys who really want to do well. And hopefully bring the titles that we're so desperate to bring to this club.
Saturday, 6 o'clock, these guys, they are the ones who are going to cross the tunnel, go to the field, see around 80,000 or 7,000 spectators, the expectations about them to play a good match, to win the game, that they are so good that they're gonna do it again.
It's Saturday, mbona ukuthi hayi nokuya suka isikhathi yabo referee yasibiza ke abona lapha mekuba ngathi ngiyaphupha ke la sithi tunnel inice kene vele.
Do you know what's being cup-tied?
Cup-tied.
Angiyazi
cup-tied.
Okay.
To be cup-tied means that
the rules are clear.
No single player can participate for 2 different teams in the same tournament in the same season.
While the transfer window is still within the competition.
I think that's a brief way of putting it.
I couldn't play in the tournament, but I'm happy Orlando Pirates was winning it.